host Ilyas Bulbulia, and I'll be with you for the next hour. As our regular viewers are aware, on Just Law, it's a live show, so it's an opportunity for callers to call in and ask us any questions that they have on any aspect of English law. We get a number of calls on immigration matters, which is fantastic, but on this show we should be able to cover most matters ranging from immigration matters, family matters, criminal matters, etc. So whatever your questions are, it's a live show, so please do pick up the phone and give us a ring and we can have a discussion in relation to your query. Just a little couple of points before we get going. First of all, because it's a live show, we're not able to take very detailed instructions from you live on air. If it's the case that I need to look into the history of your query and it's going to take a lot of time, then I'll ask you to leave your number with the control room and I will call you back. And alternatively, if it's the case that I need to look at documents before I'm able to advise you, again, I'll ask you to leave your number with the control room and I will then look at your documents after you've managed to send them to me, and then we can have a discussion in relation to that off air. But in my experience, vast majority of queries, we are able to deal with them live on air. So whatever your question, do pick up the phone and give us a ring. Now, as always, we normally discuss a topic which is topical, which is relevant. And today what I want to do is go back to one of our more important topics, which is immigration, and in particular how to successfully sponsor husbands and wives to the United Kingdom, where the main sponsor is here in the United Kingdom, and what they wish to do is to apply for their husband or wife to come to the United Kingdom so that they can come here and live with them on a permanent basis. And that's what I want to cover today. And in practice, the reality is that this is the area of immigration law which you get the majority of queries on. And in my experience, this is normally the more sort of difficult aspect of immigration law, in the sense that once the partner who is abroad manages to get to the UK, the applications that follow later on, after 2.5 years, after 5 years, in order for them to continue their leave in the United Kingdom or for them to apply for settlement, those matters are relatively easy compared to the more difficult task of successfully sponsoring somebody to come to the United Kingdom. Now, pre-2012, matters were much more simple. At that stage, you simply had to show that you had enough money coming in to be able to look after yourself and your husband and wife who is coming from abroad to the United Kingdom. And the kind of income that you needed was substantially less. In those days, this is going back 6 years, you only looked at what the income support rates would be for a couple living in the United Kingdom. And the income support rates were in the region of £100–105 in those days. At the moment, it's just under £115. So as long as the sponsor in the UK was earning that amount of money, they were able to successfully sponsor their husband or wife from abroad, whether it's Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, to come to the United Kingdom. So £105–110 a week, that amounts to roughly £5,000 a year. That's all you needed to be earning if you didn't have any rental commitments or you didn't have to pay council tax. That's the amount that you had to be earning, approximately £5,000 a year, and you would be able to sponsor your husband or wife to come to the United Kingdom. Now, that was the sort of good days pre-2012. When the rules were amended, one of the biggest changes that came in was that there was a significant increase in the amount of money that the sponsor in the UK had to earn. So instead of the £5,000 a year, which is the figure that you had to beat, it then ended up being a significant increase on that to £18,600. And not only was the amount that you had to earn to successfully sponsor somebody increased to £18,600, the kind of documentary evidence that needed to be submitted was significantly increased as well. So what we'll do, we're going to take a short break. After we've come back, we'll look at this in greater detail.